Girls and guys, welcome back to the channel. Right, we've got a Fix It Again Tony or Fiat in for a replacement door handle hinge. Now, these are common on Fiats and Alphas. You just open the door and the hinge snaps on this side because it seizes up. So we're going to replace the hinge. Luckily, this doesn't need a whole door handle replacement, which is good. It's fairly easy, just got to remove the door card. A 10mm and a Phillips screw holds this to this. And obviously we need to apply quite a lot of grease. So let's start by, let's not break the door handle, gently opening the door, and let's get the door card off. A couple of screws in here, some caps, some covers, and some screws all around. I'll show you where they all are and how to do it. I'm going to try and do this with the door handle still on the car. There are ways of doing it. So hopefully I'll show you a good little trick. Or I'll just take the whole door handle off, depending on how this job goes. In order to get the door card off, you've got to remove this little plastic clip in here, just a little hook in the side. You see this little pop, and that comes off. Then you've got to remove this. But be careful if you're using the hook, because you can stab yourself in the finger. And then there's, I think they're 5mm Allen keys. You've got one there, two there, and then from what I can feel, there's nothing around the door card, so it's just held on by poppers. So you will need a trim tool for it. And then once you've got that off, you just need to disconnect the plug from here and disconnect the door cable from there. So let's get the Allen keys out. So slid the trim tool in, got the door card off. It does sound like you're breaking plastic when you do that. But once you've got it all out, you can just give it a little tug. Two hands, gently pull it. It does sound horrendous. So I'm going to set the tripod up and see if you can really hear how bad this sounds. So got in from the bottom there, and then I'm just going to give it a... Oh God, it sounds every time. And just give it a little wiggle up so it gets stuck on the seal at the top. It just sounds horrendous. Now, I don't know if you can see, let's try and move you closer, but you've got one plug here that you need to disconnect, and the door cable there, that just hooks in. And that's out. And then the last one is just one plug for the window assembly. Oh, the whole thing's just come out. Makes it even easier. And that's it, door card's off. Everything, all the reds are intact, which is pretty good. Now let's put that somewhere for safekeeping. So this is annoying. I had a nice sharp Stanley blade and I was cutting through the seal and then it just started to tear. So we're gonna take this up when it's all done. Now, we've got to where we need to be. All right, so the 10mm nut we're after is this one right here. That holds the hinge on. So we'll whip that out and start replacing the hinge. I say this is the easy bit, so to speak. Might hear the hinge fall on the other side in a second. My hand ready to catch the 10mm. This is, oh no, caught it on a knuckle. Yeah, so this is one of them jobs where you don't need 1,000 hands to do the job, but the retighten is more tricky because tightening up the Phillips screw is a little bit awkward, but it does save you a lot of time. Well, it can save you a lot of time. On the Alphas, it saves you time, but I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So now onto this side, so just gently pull the handle, and we've got side one of the hinge out. You see where it snaps there. Right, now we need to get the Phillips screw. I'll try and show you that from the other side. You can see the Phillips screw is just there. So like I say, easy-ish to get it out. You can just pull the door handle a little bit and you can see it there, which is probably thinking, how are you going to get to that? And I'll show you. Right, it just felt a little bit too risky to do it that way. So I'm going to try and give myself a little bit more room. So I've undone this bar by popping it out of this. So that's one out, and I've still got the blue behind it to do in a second. I'll do that in a minute, so I'm going to try remove this Torx here and hopefully just get the handle out a little bit more, just to get a little bit more access on the Phillips screw. Didn't record that bit. Okay, so with that one undone, and obviously this out, look how much room we've got here, lovely. I've left the blue tab still connected, the blue bar still connected inside, but now we actually have a decent amount of working room to get that out. So I'm gonna quickly whip this out. I'll try, well, it's just one Phillips, and then show you the reassemble. This is actually a very, very, not easy job. It's a medium job depending on your skill level. Could be an easy job, could be a hard job, depends on what day you're having. So we've got the new hinge. This bit locates into the handle, kind of just like that. Get it in, get your screw ready to go. Then what you need to do, you need to be really prepared and forget to bring the screwdriver with you. So then you have to stop what you're doing and go and get it. And you get your screwdriver, because you are prepared for your job. And just tighten that into the handle. Like I say, it is tight, it's going into plastic. But just make sure you always give the door handle itself extra support and try not to push too much, because you don't want to snap it. You don't want to get this far and then snap the handle, because that will ruin your day. So we've got that nice and tight, and I've got to clean that, because I mean, you're there now, you might as well just clean it. Okay, now that's all nice and clean, it is time to shimmy this bad boy back in the hole. So just gently wiggle, jiggle, try not to scratch it with that. Make sure the bottom edge is in as well. And once you've got it in, just, I'm not in at the bottom. Just pop that in and slide across. There we go. All right, the T30's in, the 10mm is tight, and I've connected the bars on the inside. I'm just going to check the operation of the handle, make sure we've got a handle on the situation. Lovely, that works nice and good, fits good, and we know that everything's clean underneath. Now, before you put this all back together properly and assemble the door card, I strongly advised testing the operation of the external door handle. So lock the door, perfect. Roll it free, there we go, right. I'm happy with that. Now, time to refit the door card. Right, managed to stick that back on as best I can. Now, door card refit. So the first thing first, connect the inner door cable. That goes through the hole and then click on. Try and connect the mirror switch. Can't get it in. Well, that just keeps popping out. Yeah, we'll leave that. That's connected in. Now this also has to click into the holder as well. What I'll do is I'll show you exactly how that fits so there's no confusion. So it fits in like that. Now, the time that no one likes, which is banging this whole thing back on. Now, what you want to do is put the window down so you can get the top lip up and over into the seal properly. Otherwise, it will not fit properly at all. There's little grooves that need to go in. There you go, you can hear it click into place. Then it's just a case of lining up the poppers and just banging it all in. It does sound horrendous. I think the door card needs to go to the right a little bit, but we're nearly there. Right, door card's all back in, that's just clipped on. Now, as we tested the outside, let's test the inside, so that's locked. And brilliant. Right, big test. Does it open? Very good. Yep, that is done. And it opens from the inside too. Fantastic. So grease up the hinge, grease up the lock. This one, done.